What's going on, everybody? So when I originally got this monitor about a month and a half ago, I shot a lot of this footage when I was putting it together and unboxing it, but I never got around to making this video. I went ahead and made this video an unboxing slash 1 month review. So in this video, you're gonna see the initial unboxing, me putting it together, going over some of the specs, as well as my initial impression with the monitor. And at the end of this video, I'm gonna talk about some of the things that I do like about this monitor and some of the things that I don't like about this monitor after using it for a month and a half or so. So make sure you stick around and watch the whole video because it's gonna be full of a lot of good content. And if you enjoy this video, make sure to hit that like button and comment down below of what you think of this monitor, if you own one, if you're thinking about buying one, and pretty much anything else you wanna say in the comments. I always like to respond to my viewers, so if you got questions about it, let me know and I'll be happy to respond. All right, let's get started. I'm pretty sure I'm never gonna financially recover from this. I think we got a stand here. Some instructions, I guess the quick guide here. Wall bracket, little wall bracket in here. It's like power cable, I'm assuming HDMI and display port is what my guess is gonna be. Clean white thermal. It's funny, the description said black. Again, this is the business model, so I'm not sure what's so business about it. Monitor mount for the back there. It looks like another bracket. This business model seems to have all the same exact specs as the regular Odyssey G9. 1000-hour curvature, 240 Hz refresh rate, 1 millisecond response time, NVIDIA G-Sync, Infinity core lighting in the back, and a QLED display. It has the same amount of ports, 2 display ports which are 1.4, and you have HDMI 2.0. You also have 1 USB hub and 2 USB 3 ports on the back. And everything seems to be identical from the regular Odyssey G9. So I'm not really sure if Samsung was repackaging their previous versions as a new business model because of the issues that they had. I did see somewhere that the weight was actually 5 pounds lighter than the non-business model, but someone on Reddit actually weighed it and confirmed that it was the exact same weight. So as far as I can tell, and from the information I've gathered online, these monitors are identical and there's really no difference between the business model and the non-business model. I used both display ports and the HDMI port. I did not use any USB ports, and I noticed that it was fairly snug getting the fairing back on. So I don't know if it's ideal to have every single port used on this because you might not be able to use the built-in cable management if you do use every single port. And the fairing that's used for cable management also has a built-in headphone holder, which is kind of nice, but it is kind of difficult to reach around unless you stand up to grab it. But since this is built into the monitor, it's kind of nice to just keep my headphones out of the way because I don't really want to display my headphones on my desk. It's just one more thing to take up space. So just to give you an idea of the curvature of this thing, look at that. Look at that. It's insane. It's insane. So my desk is 72 inches long, and look how much that monitor takes up. It's pretty nuts. All right, I want to get this thing plugged in, and I got to get to work. Honestly, it's getting late. So the first thing I noticed is that this thing's gonna need a monitor arm. It's taking up way too much space on my desk. I was reading online that there aren't many arms that can actually hold this monitor, so I might have to hold off. I don't wanna wall mount it because I'm on a standing desk. I try to stand up every 30 minutes or so I can't mount this thing to the wall. I don't like sitting all the time. I got bad back and I got a bad neck, and if I had to sit the whole time, I'd go crazy. But I also don't like that I don't have any space on my desk right now. It may look like I have space in the video, but honestly, I feel very crowded. Besides that, this monitor looks sick. I haven't even turned it on yet, and I'm just so happy with it so far. Hopefully, it's not dead on arrival, because that would really suck. I guess we'll find out right now. All right, so it turned on, so that's good. I just saw a little bit of flicker. I don't know if that's my USB-C connection. I have USB-C to DisplayPort on my MacBook Pro. It did not give me any issues on my old monitor. So far, so good. I don't see any light bleed when I had the black screen on. I'm obviously gonna test the crap out of it to make sure that it doesn't have any problems. But so far, so good. It's turning on, it's looking good. I've been working off of one 27-inch gaming monitor that I've had for a few years, and I've been needing to upgrade for a while. And since I'm gonna be working from home till at least next June, I figured I might as well upgrade my desk. I'm doing a lot of editing. The extra wide screen's really nice for video editing. And now I have two monitors in one. I'm picking up a graphics card mostly so I can stream, and I'm really not that big of a PC gamer, and I don't game as much as I used to. I just don't have that kind of time. I'd rather dedicate that time to hanging out with my family and working on my side projects, because honestly, I wasted a lot of time playing video games when I was younger. But if I was to play some video games, I definitely have the best monitor for it. Now that you got the initial unboxing and my first impressions of this monitor, I wanted to go over some of the things that I like about it and some of the things that I don't like about it after using it for a month and a half. I'll start with the things that I do like about it. Obviously, the first one is gonna be the size of this monitor is awesome. It's like having two monitors in one without the bezel in between. I was working off of a 27-inch gaming monitor before, and when I was in the office, they gave me two monitors that were side by side, and that had the bezel in the middle. And while you don't really notice it if you don't have an ultra wide or a super ultra wide, once you go to a super ultra wide, it is so awesome to not have that bezel in between. It's nice that you can just put, two or even three windows side by side and be able to see everything seamlessly. I really, really like that about it. And to add to it being so wide, it really helps me a lot with editing. Although many of you may not be editing videos, if you are, it's really nice to be able to see the whole timeline and more of the timeline in your editing software when you're editing videos. I really, really like that about it. Another thing I really like about it is the picture-in-picture. I really like that I am able to have two computers running at the same time on one monitor. If I want to use my personal computer on one side and my work computer on the other, I can. If I want to use my laptop on one side, which is a Mac, and my desktop on the other, I can. It's a really cool feature to be able to have two different computers running on the same monitor. I love that feature about it. And one more thing that I really like about it is this display. The QLED display is just awesome. The colors are so vibrant. And another thing that I also really like about this is the curvature of this monitor. So the 1000R curvature is supposed to resemble the same curvature as the human eye. And first, you don't really realize it until you actually use this monitor for a while. And it takes a little while to get from one side of the screen to the other, but it does feel more natural. I never feel like the screens are flat. It feels like I'm kind of immersed into what I'm doing, which is really, really nice. When you run two monitors side by side and they're both flat, you kind of feel that they're both flat. In this monitor, you don't have that. It feels like you're completely immersed into what you're doing. I do want to talk about some of the things that I didn't like about it. One of the things is it gets really hot. At first, I got a little concerned until I went online and I did some research and I saw that this was actually pretty common with this monitor. It's a big monitor and it's obviously, gonna take a lot of power to run this thing and it's gonna let off a good amount of heat, but I wasn't expecting it to get so hot Another thing to add with the heat, I noticed that there's a lot of crackling that happens on this monitor. And when I first heard it, I was super concerned and I got a little nervous because I was worried that the original Odyssey G9s, they had so many issues that I was concerned that maybe this might be a problem. But after reading, many people said that it's pretty common because the plastic expands in a lot of these monitors, which makes them crackle and pop a little bit. I really don't like it. I really feel that if you buy a $1,800 monitor, that's what it cost after tax and the additional, insurance that I got on it for Best Buy for the protection plan. I feel like you don't want it to crackle and pop and make all these different noises, and it's actually doing it right now. I'm not sure if the mic's picking it up, but I can hear it in the background. And sometimes it runs for a really long time and I don't hear a sound, and sometimes it makes all kinds of noises. So it's a little bit annoying that it's such an expensive monitor, and that's one of the things that I have to deal with. And that just kind of irks me a little bit about this monitor. Another thing that I didn't really like too much about it was that I'm kind of tall, I'm 6'1", and I felt that this monitor couldn't be adjusted to my height. It was still a little too short. If you rest this monitor directly on your desk and you put your keyboard right on your desk and you're a taller person, you'll end up looking down on this monitor, which will end up giving you neck pain. And that kind of happened to me, but I resolved that by getting a keyboard tray, which placed my hands at a lower position, and then I can elevate my standing desk higher to put the monitor at the right spot. But one of the problems that I did find with that was when I had my standing desk all the way up, I'm still a little too tall, and it's barely just at the right spot where my eyes are right at the top of the monitor. And this monitor being so big, I kind of want my eyes a little closer to the center rather than aligned at the top, because it just helps me more for the way I like my ergonomic setup. So that is something that I don't like. And to add to that, the fact that I can't put this thing on a monitor arm because there is not a monitor arm on the market that can support this monitor. This thing is way too heavy. I don't want to put it on the wall like I said earlier in my initial review, and I don't really know what to do about that. And I hope that eventually somebody comes out with a monitor arm that you can attach to your desk and hold this monitor. To add to that same thing, because it's so heavy, this thing wobbles a little bit. You would think that Samsung would have thought about this when they put it together. I figured it's just so heavy that it can't avoid wobbling a bit, and it's probably good that it has a little bit of give so nothing snaps. But at the same time, I feel like it could snap if you bumped into the desk and just had it start wobbling so hard that maybe it might jeopardize the integrity on the bracket that it's attached to. With that said, it's not a huge deal, but it is something that I wish that Samsung would have paid a little bit more attention to when they were putting this thing together. Obviously, if you know anything about the G9 and all the issues that it had with the first batch that was released, you'll know that there was all kinds of light bleed issues and flickering issues. And I mentioned earlier in the video on my initial review that it had some flicker. I haven't seen that. It's actually been pretty solid. I really like this monitor. I think all around it's a good monitor. I don't know if for the purposes that I'm using it for, if it's justifiable that I spent so much on a monitor. Since I'm not a huge gamer, I don't plan on gaming a ton. So it is a little overkill for what I'm using it for. I probably could have got a cheaper monitor and I would have been just fine, but I wanted to get the best monitor on the market that would be more future-proof. And when I did decide to throw a nice graphics card in there, I can get 240 hertz refresh rate, which I'm looking forward to when I do get that 3080 like I mentioned earlier. So that's pretty much it for the Samsung Odyssey G9 business model. Again, I could not find anything that said that this was any different than the original Samsung Odyssey G9 that was released. I did read somewhere recently that they changed the model number from the original one to this one, and somewhere it got mistakenly labeled as a business version. I don't know what the difference is. All the specs are identical. It has everything that the G9 is supposed to have. It was a little bit cheaper than what the G9 was originally priced at. And I think it's the same exact monitor minus the issues. At least mine didn't have any issues. It didn't have any dead pixels. It didn't have any light bleed. It's been pretty solid so far, and I use it all day long. This thing is on from the morning when I wake up and go to work till when I go to sleep and I'm done shooting and editing videos or doing whatever I'm doing on side projects or whatever I do on my computer. I keep this thing on pretty much all day, and it's been rock solid. I can't complain. So if you're thinking about buying this monitor and it's within your budget and it's something you've been looking at and you're just not sure what the business model was versus what the original Odyssey G9 was, I hope this video helped you. Make sure you make the right decision, do your own research, but if you did your research like I did, you'll see that I think this is the same exact thing as the Odyssey G9. I don't know why they call it the business model. But with all that said, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button. It'll help me out a ton with the YouTube algorithm. If you have any questions for me about this monitor or anything else that I can help you with, drop a comment down below, and make sure that you stay tuned for my next videos on this. I'm gonna make a video on this about working on it as a programmer. So if that's something that you're into, if you're into web development, if you're a software engineer, make sure that you check out some more of my other videos, and make sure that you stay on the lookout for the next video that I do on this monitor, where I use it on my day-to-day working as a developer, and how I like it for those reasons. All right, I think that's all I got. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.